And welcome back. Northstar here with another episode of my Hearts Iron 4 Gotterdammerung Let's Play. So, the British build their empire, eventually attacking the United States, probably after they reconquer Australia and New Zealand. It's worth noting they can do the Imperial Conference and potentially core all that. Plus they'll attack India. I don't know if they can core it this route, but I don't think they can. They're also going to pop up collaboration governments all over the place before too many years are up. So if I wait, their industry will become so powerful that between that and their huge navy, it will be unrealistic to ever defeat them. So it's time to start pushing out, acquiring folks' commissariats, winding up the Civil War. Now the first step here is to recapture Breslau, which unit from a Silesian division came out of here. I don't really want to kill this Silesian division because I can actually puppet them and that division will remain. But I do need to dispatch some divisions and put this to delay their advance. I need to grab Breslau. I'm pushing up here. And when I actually take Frankfurt, I check the victory points. I should win the war. Frankfurt or Munich, either one of them, after I've recaptured Breslau on top of that. Or those in ignoring Breslau. But first, I've got some combat here. I'm overrunning this tank division. Taking all this. Going to push a bit into Hinterpommern because supply, I guess. If I can establish a river defensive line here, make it a little easier. Basically push along, control everything east of Sten. And I could take this victory point if I wanted. I think if I took that much, I would actually control the state though, capitulate them. But at least pushing up here. In fact, to make sure. There we go. Gonna be pushing up so that I am next to Shen and not actually taking it, but there we go. So this rapid push, even leaving an uncovered rear, then I'm trying to take Dresden to establish a stronger defensive line. Saxony shouldn't fall as they still control a majority of their victory points, even though they've lost Dresden, and divisions will even get a medal for it. And then I gotta think about moving my air power down to the south, where I'm also building anti-air guns, which will help with air superiority by reducing the value of the enemy's air superiority. So June 6th, in 3 days I'll have another level of anti-air gun. I might not have the war go long enough for one more level after that, but probably that's about it. And that'll help even if I am taking Frankfurt and not messing at all with Munich anti-air guns and Franken. So let's get this going. We are fighting for a freer Europe, one where people are liberated from this operational planning, the oppression of owners of large amounts of capital, oppressing the people, and instead they have control over their workplaces. With social ownership, really is control over the workplace. It's not the state, and you can't argue that you're placing one elite with another. People claim that about the Soviet Union. And because although the bureaucracy was elected indirectly, you elected people, elected people, elected people, elected the bureaucrats. You can argue it lost. There were too many levels. Control wasn't too indirect. But you can't argue that with something like the Spartacus League is doing here in this alt history. Direct social ownership of the means of production means workers control their workplaces. They're not exploited. And thus you don't have half or more of the value of a worker produces in excess of costs going to some boss or even a stockholder who doesn't even work. A boss works in some sense, manages. Stockholder does nothing but owns capital. You won't have like the Junkers family living off the labor of the workers. Junkers family is a family in East Germany, after which the aircraft manufacturer was named. They were in bed with the Nazis a lot. Anyways, with the return towards the ideals of the Spartacus League, these are the more idealistic communists who aren't so ruthless, and maintain democratic institutions, comes a wish to involve the people a bit more actively. An election to choose the person to represent us has been called, and all ballots have been counted. It seems that the results are very even. The people think both candidates apt leaders for the People's Republic of Germany. Alas, we can only appoint one. Brandler, who will hurt my political power gain even worse than it is, and though he gives a larger party popularity stability modifier, he doesn't create any communism drift, so there'll actually be less stability from that. I get a little bit of production efficiency cap and base and political advisor costs, but in the long run, I'll have a lot less political power, and I need political power to spark communist revolutions or get war goals on neighboring authoritarian regimes and such, and sparking the revolutions in capitalist democracies. This really is a socialist democracy, a communist democracy, the Spartacus League, such as the world never really saw because the Soviet Union didn't fully live up to its ideals. It's not surprising given Russian history. It's not communism, Russia has a history of authoritarian after authoritarian even after the fall of the Soviet Union. They're not communist now, but they still have authoritarians. So, Brandler or Thalmann? Thalmann gives me 20% more political power gain, so that's 0.4 a day. He surrenders a little easier, I think, but more war support, which counteracts that somewhat and helps divisions fight better. Militia attack and defense and organization, and communism support. That's how much it's modified by. So that's not the trait he has, that's what is gained. The surrender limit actually, it's plus 20, it goes down to plus 10. I guess he actually is only plus 5 political power, so it's 0.2 a day. Or no, 0.1. So it's base 2. So 0.1 more a day than more in this guy, but 0.2 more than he's currently making. He'll be up to 0.10 communism drift today. So yeah, this guy in the militia will fight better under him too, which helped get this war be over. So Thalmann, he's now a stern communist. It's a very good trait. He's also a very good advisor, but I really want the advisor slots if possible for Hans Luther, the banker, Erhard, the economic reformer, and intelligence coordinator. Could alternatively do a workers educator if I have states I'm occupying to try and actually get collaboration governments. Like if I end up in a prolonged war with, say, the British, but I'm able to occupy some other states in Africa. I can't puppet them while I'm in a war, but I can get compliance. And since they'll be towards the cores, like, in Nigeria, and I'd inherit half the compliance they had, it might someday be useful. certain situations. So I may switch this guy out at some point, but stability, economy at all cost, increased acceptance of democratic diplomacy. It really affects AIs. And sometimes like an AI will invite you to a faction or such. Albrecht also gives me a bunch of political power, so it's possible I might want to use him to go around and flip countries. I could take this guy. Wait, he's strictly better than Albrecht. Auto rule Marxist philosopher. Yeah. So political power, research speed. But anyhow, enough talk. More action. Alright, it's a little too much effective volume relative to the music. Which this is actually a cool song, but it's pretty soft. Morning of D-Day. Just can't really hear when I'm not zoomed in. Alright, these guys are going to be pushing up this way. I was going to send them here to help push here, but I have enough. Where's there? I needed to get them to Liegnitz to retake Breslau. So this guy actually is best if I have to defend. We're gonna go there. Unfortunately, I just created an invisible front, but once I take Breslau, that'll change. Alright. These guys can actually plan when they're in Dresden. Like up here where they were long enough to lose all their planning. However, Shatter the Empires. Yes, please. They don't immediately counterattack. Yeah, they're not going to. These guys are going to swap to him for a little planning. Not actually going to be attacking, but yeah, I'll be taking this so that I have a defensive line along the river. That'll allow me to pull more divisions from here to get them to Frankfurt in this war. War is a terrible thing, though exciting. If you assume, I don't know, the divisions on the other side are being thrown in prison, and people, 2 civil wars, you're probably talking millions of people dead or in prison. That's a brutal price to pay for freedom. Civil wars are particularly costly, often. The Cav expert's up to 4 planning. I didn't realize that. And his original level are tanks, anyhow. He's an armor officer. Goodness. I might just put him in charge of all the tanks now. He doesn't hit as hard as this guy. Still. Some planning for now. Seems like they should actually just stand this guy then. I wouldn't mind grabbing a poi. This is. Just waiting for this division to leave Brezhnev, so I don't have to fight it. If possible. Since that division I should gain control of after the war. Can make use of flanking that. Oh. Whoops. Well, at least they're getting Trickster XP. He's already encircling. Missed that. Cool. Now I can see the front line with nobody assigned. Send these guys into Brezhnev. Get there in 13 hours. I'll actually get there faster if I wait to reorganize. Alright. It's all the same. I should probably just leave him under this guy. Then. Let's attack here. Linsky will lead the fight. Eventually I'll make him a combined arms specialist. Cost 5 command power to make him eligible. Someday I'll become an expert with experience, but right now I need the political power for other things. Oh, I reversed. Whoops. That's the problem when they're under the same guy. I should have just made it one giant front. There we go. Fixed, sort of. These guys are still trying to push this in, but whatever. Establishing strong defensive lines. Oh, they were falling back there. Well, it's fine. I have full control of Ostmark now. Or almost full. Except for this one province. They doing? Can actually help with that. Flanking. Cool, there's an airbase to take. Alright. Recapturing Breslau. I have one here. These guys defend. Just hang out. I'm almost fully trained. And I'll put the 72 divisions to defend Dresden. No, actually I need one here, don't I? No, because I'll have these two here. In which case they should hang out where they are. 2 here, 1 here. This is weaker defensive terrain, and 2 here. Perfect. May do some skirmishing across the river, but this will allow me to pull the motorized divisions. Oh shoot, there's yeah, that'll provide a full front. Battle of Wuhan. Cool. Also, the more area I control, the more air detection I have from control of the ground. It's not much, but a little bit from controlled territory helps. Helps me deal with bombers better. I don't think I've ever heard this song before. Must be somehow like timed. It doesn't come on before a certain game date or something. I think I just overran a division. Yep, did. That was a it wasn't a Silesian division, right? That was a German one. One I wouldn't have been able to keep. Just them there instead. Shoots right at 2400. Now they'll go there. division of 400 experience. It's past time I start pulling divisions for the assault on Frankfurt. I have any I'm going to slice here first. Of any motorized in this area. That has to change. Mind pushing in here a little. It's a little war score. I can sweep up that area. Be sure I don't run out of war score with what's coming. Maybe I could consider bringing the Soviets in to the war, since I have such overwhelming amounts of war score. Join their faction, but I want the second Treaty of Berlin, so. Cool. Taking the ground, I need. But I'll have to spread divisions to actually defend it. Some of these training ones. They're fully trained, they can go there. A few times I actually wanted to redraw the line, it doesn't. Oh well. Where are they? Tried to reassign some divisions here, annoyingly. Guess it doesn't hurt to have someone in Breslau. Alright, on my way to Frankfurt to establish victory. I don't want a faction with the Soviets. I could do one here if these guys would just accept. Well, there would be no point to it. They wouldn't be able to create puppets or anything. They have no war score. Well, nor would they really have anything to contribute to the war to actually help. Maybe a few fighters. That might actually be useful. Jeez, this is slow as strategically redeployment. Another thing I've neglected is building experimental facilities. Definitely want at least an aerodynamics one. Already have an air breakthrough ready. Oh, jeez, I almost forgot. Social ownership, important, but I'm not going to be at war for major for a long, with major for a long time, hopefully. This nuclear technology. If it does come down to that, I don't want to be late to the game, to say the least. Social ownership is important, but nuclear reactor and research speed, one of the reasons for it is actually more pragmatic than that. Getting atomic research will give me research speed and everything else, so that I can potentially get ahead of time with like jet engines and stuff that's actually useful, even if I don't want to build any atomic bombs and try and end everything before then. Atomic bombs are a horrible thing, and I'd much rather not have to use them, or not use them. I mean, they're devastating in the game. You can just lose thousands of manpower when a division gets nuked. A whole bunch of divisions get nuked, and they all lose half their manpower and equipment. It's easy to lose 10, 20,000 every time a bomb is dropped easily. Men. And, well, that's, you know, a lot of losses. Warfare very quickly becomes a race to the bottom with everyone running out of manpower and everything else. Where am I? Oh. Yeah, that's actually useful, but I need to divert trucks from Dresden to Dortmund. I think that they were doing that because there's a lot of trucks I have now. Where did I get them all? Could definitely use some trucks in Stuttgart as well. If I end up attacking anything around here. I'll even help with these guys in the Frankfurt offensive. Won't use some of those trucks for some reason. Weird. Maybe they're early trucks or something. What the deal is. We're resistance. It's very much themed around the resistance to Japanese aggression in the East. All these divisions I'm stacking. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll definitely try and get trucks out. I can defend here with these guys. Russia, well, I mean, if we get more motorized. Not really planning much more or any more offensives in that air zone. Let's see. Got the river line there. Yeah, I need to send the bombers to go prepare for this. Should actually need these casts. Alright, and Opal gained a size from that. This was the intention. Maybe I should never bother with the steel cargo beds. I don't think I ever redesign. Well, I always have some trucks, support companies and such. Almost always. Improved engines for sure, anyhow. Can use logistics companies to also improve Opal, so I'll do that. I'll need them eventually if I'm stacking 10 divisions in one place. Maybe. Oh, just when I was thinking, they're idle. Here comes some more enemy aircraft. If I can occupy them here, they won't hopefully go down to the other area. Still building mission efficiency. Not quite time to attack yet. Divisions are planning and organizing. The war ends. How appropriate, since it is about to end. And they just decide to pull a division, or he's marching through. Rather fight him in the forest, though, than the city. 20th Panzer Division will get a little more experience before Eisenhower promotes first as well. First and second motorized should be able to support. Let's see, that should be 36 plus 24, 60 width, plus 18, 78 out of 90. Should be able to send in one more tank division. Maybe two if I want some in reserve. Send a 906th. Yeah, I'll put the motorized in reserve. Encirclements, they can reinforce it more quickly. There's fighters. If I have enough anti-air, they're not providing any air spray. Looks like they just pulled the last of everything here, though. Pull these guys. Let's provide the last bit of spray right there. Gotta prevent bombers from reaching my divisions, if I can. Alright, and now they switch to march in the last bit. course, all sorts of instant nonsense with divisions moving. I don't envy what it's gonna look like once I actually end this war. Infantry later show me the tanks, actually. Especially when they're going to be attacking into a city. Alright then. Time to attack the city. This guy is an urban expert. He's great for the job. Yeah, so we got assigned to that. Perfect. Might even get a circlement. I mean, it doesn't even have a general in charge of that battle. It'll be over very soon. Really? They're not capitulated yet? Weird. I thought that would be it. Oh, it did give me factories. Fine, going a little to negative on the rubber. Wow. That was unexpected. Guess I'm gonna have to take Ulm. Here. For motorized, incapable of defense, especially really thought that was the final battle. I miscalculated a little bit. Or some divisions were lost, maybe? Just wouldn't mind taking VMR for a little more experience for those guys, but what was the key thing? Punish those guys for attacking. Alright. Another ace. Pilot. Five agility. Pilot's not great, but I don't really need to risk my best pilots. Here. Alright. Sun's out. Guns out. Something like that. I know that saying refers to weightlifting, but in this case, actually, I need more planning. Yeah, I could take Freiburg. Let's see, with 70. No, I'll need some of these. On that. But yeah, it's attacking for in the day you have higher attack, so more like you can get crits on defenders. They can also get them on you, and your bombers have more likelihood of actually finding the battle. Alright, it's getting hot. Definitely gotta do this now. I gotta take Augsburg, and at that point, I'll be ready to advance to Munich. So over Bayern, I was gonna liberate, not liberate, puppet. So works out. I'll definitely want to occupy the city. That won the war for sure. It's 20 more victory points. Most of these divisions are German, but there's a Saxon one that I'd rather survive. So yeah, I won't be closing that pocket if I can help it. Just leave them encircled so they fight less effectively. so they can hold divisions down here for the push on Munich. Who? No. Battle of Augsburg, soon the Battle of Munich. I should want these guys here. Czechoslovakia joins the Comintern. I think it means they join the International Revolution Marxist Center. That will make it tough to turn them communist via civil war, though. I guess it has changed things, though. At least it's warmed relations. I hope the Soviets don't join that civil war. Oh, the war is over, more or less. It's time to start making some armored support vehicles. They'll be useful eventually. Actually, yeah. What else? Still have 3 more. I'm perpetually short of support equipment. There we go. War ends at midnight, so June 20th. Cool. Right about the summer solstice. Alright. Germany has capitulated. I didn't join a faction, so I don't have to worry about any kind of nonsense with let's see. I was going to do Bavaria here, so that. Might give me influence there. Just going to just take back Hanover. and Ostmark. I do need a border with Poland for some of what's coming. Definitely don't want to puppet them, or one thing at a time. Take Holstein back, or no, I was gonna. That's right, I was gonna puppet, not Prussia. Let's use a Holstein. That's expensive. What's the cheapest? Alright, I'll puppet Mecklenburg. I planned on taking Westfalen back. Unless, can't do a puppet based on an old tag, can I? Can't change government. Liberate. This is gonna bore you guys to death, so I'm going to cut the video here. Do this off camera. I will no take Navy action, so I hope I get my Navy back. I will see you all in the next video. Until next time, this is Northstar signing off. Take care of each other, be kind to yourselves, and may always find a guiding star to lead you home. And it's over. The war is finished. On to the next one. Ciao.